Hello guys and welcome to a special episode of Switch and Play, and today we have a championship or Sky Bet championship preview, and we've got so many people at the moment. I'm going to introduce them one by one. First of all, we have Michael.
Hi.
Tom.
Hello.
Rory, who is new and he's a Bolton fan.
Hey.
And Colm is back from his holes.
Oh.
How was holiday, Colm?
Yeah, it was warm. Yeah, but it was good to get away from the Glasgow atmosphere.
But now you're back, so it must be
I'm
even better.
getting back into the swing of things. And the championship preview, guys, we're going to go through who's contenders for promotion and playoffs, etc. Firstly, automatic promotion contenders. We have down QPR, Hull City, Middlesbrough, and Derby County. Thoughts on that, guys? We'll go Mikey first.
I think with QPR, obviously their squad has got significantly worse as they've been relegated, which was to be expected really, but they've signed some players from League One like Luongo and J. Manuel Thomas, so they've got still quite a good squad for the Championship. Hull have kept a lot of their main players, Borough have kept their main players from last season, and Derby have strengthened as well, so I probably agree with that.
Yeah. I want to touch on Derby. Derby last season, from I think the last 12, maybe 15 games, they just weren't good enough, which didn't really help them and didn't help Steve McLaren, and him ended up leaving. But this summer's been a very, very good summer for them. We've picked up Bent, Vyman, and on a thingy deal, and Shackle, which improves the defence a whole lot. Even though he got relegated with Burnley last season, he's still a quality centre back.
Yeah, they were very unlucky. Yeah, they were very unlucky last season, not reaching the playoffs. With the injury to Chris Martin and Darren Bent, it was really struggling to have a striker on the field. So that didn't help, obviously, and their defence was just wasn't good enough. End of the day, but
yeah. I
think Derby will have a much better season, and it'll be interesting to see how Paul Clement goes. This is his first managerial appointment. It's not easy to go from assistant to manager, so some guys do make it and some guys don't. So for Derby fans, they hope obviously Clement will be a successful appointment.
Yeah, one good thing is that he's brought Tom Ince and Darren Bent in permanently after they were on loan with them last season. So I think they're two players that improved the squad, and now they've got them permanently. So there's no worries about losing two players that were good for them last season.
Rory, what do you think about these four teams' chances of going up automatically?
Well, teams that have gone down, Hull are pretty much, they've got Steve Bruce, they've got most of the squad still from when they went up and when they went back down. So I can see them challenging. QPR, they always seem to find a way, don't they? They shouldn't really have gone up last time when they did, but they still ended up doing. And then Derby, Middlesbrough, again, they should go up, but will they? They've both got good squads.
Yeah.
They've got good managers, apparently. So it's just as well. So
does anyone have any other names that could go into the pot to automatically go up? Burnley?
Maybe Wolves.
Yeah. I think the midfield is good. I think the defence needs a little bit more strength, and the attackers they need to strengthen. Of course, everyone needs to strengthen in the Championship, but it is a tricky league, and we can't really call it at the moment.
still got a month for signings as well.
Yeah. Is there any other teams you guys would think have a chance?
I think Fulham could be outsiders.
Yeah.
So their link with Dwight Gale in the past week, and him and McCormick up front could be deadly for them. They've got Tom Kearney in from Blackburn as well.
That could be that Ross McCormack and Dwight Gale up front could be a very, very deadly front two, and some defences just couldn't cope with that. Especially
even Big Matt Smith, who thrived under Steve Cotterill's management at Bristol City last season when he was on loan, banging them in for Bristol City. When he came back to Fulham, and he was still scoring a lot of goals for them, so he could be a very handy player for Pat Simon's team.
Yeah. Well, we have playoff contenders here. We're not going to mention any of the ones from before. Brentford, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich and Bristol City have been thrown in there by us and other people. We'll touch on Brentford first, who had a fantastic season last season, but their manager has left and they've brought in a new manager. We need to wait to see how they do, but I think they might do well. It depends on the players, really.
Yeah, well, they had a fantastic campaign last season, getting to the semi-final of the playoffs. So they can consider that as really successful, and they'll be looking to build on that this season and trying to fight for promotion.
Yeah, I think they have lost a lot of their key players. They've just sold Stuart Dallas to Brentford. They've sold Douglas to Ipswich today. Oyabayo's gone to Hull, and Andrea Gray looks to be on the way out as well. But they are getting in lots of money for these players, so it'll be interesting to see within the next month who they do bring in to try and get back in that top six. Because at the moment their squad isn't strong enough. So obviously we're Pritchard leaving as well.
Yeah. Do they still have Jota?
Yeah.
Apparently he was linked to go to Rangers where Mark Warburton is, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore because of the money that Brentford were wanting for him, and Rangers just weren't going to pay it. Sheffield Wednesday, who have splashed cash so far this summer. What your thoughts on that, Josh?
But yeah, they've made a lot of new signings, and with a new board in place, I think a lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans are very positive about the coming season, apart from the ticketing prices, which are 40 quid for a home match, which is ridiculous for a second division match. But I think they do look very solid, and I would say they're certainly dark horses for the playoffs, but it's about just blending the team in. But I think the fans are very confident, and if the fans are, then it should go well.
Rory, since you're a Bolton fan, we may as well talk about your club and what's on. How do you think your team will do this season?
Probably it's tough to say because the last 2 seasons we had Dougie Freedman, and I think we broke records on how bad we started. So we've got Liam Neal now. We've got rid of a lot of players that did poorly. So we could do well, but at the same time there's a lot of gaps in the squad, there's a lot of injury potentials, so they just easily could again have a terrible season, near relegation. It's one of them. You could, if all the players click and the good players that we have actually play well, we could get playoffs, but the chances are so slim, it's just, there's no hope.
So you're like looking for a top half finish or mid-table?
Well, Lennon wants a top 10, that's what he said, he wants top 10.
Yeah. But see, I think, would you find it a success if you finished maybe say 12th, 13th?
Will it be progress? We've gone ever since about 6 seasons ago. Every finish has been below position. It's just been going down and down and down. So
yeah,
mid-table would be a good finish.
Yeah, I suppose. Michael,
I think Bolton might surprise a couple of people. I don't know. I just have a feeling that Neil Lennon, he's got his feet under the desk now properly. I think he could really spring a surprise because he's a great manager with a huge success at Celtic with winning the league, but it's quite easy to win that league. But still, you have to do it, and he did one against.
He also beat Barcelona
and he got to the last 16, to the Champions League. So I think I've actually got Bolton as one of my dark horses.
Just need a striker.
Yeah, Zach Clough's a terrific young player, and if he can keep his form going from last season, I think they could sneak playoffs.
Zach Clough to Man City. I've called it. Just wait for it. Zach Clough is going to Man City. I promise.
United is where he's been linked.
They need the English players, so may as well. Going back to Middlesbrough's chances this season, we have a Middlesbrough fan here, Mikey. How do you think Middlesbrough will do this season, considering the signings and the sales so far this window?
Well, last season we missed out purely because we couldn't score enough goals. We've got rid of Bamford and Vossen, obviously, who've gone back to their clubs, and Vossen's gone out to Burnley. Vossen was playing number 10 for us for the majority of this season. We've signed Downing in that position, so he's obviously an upgrade from Vossen by quite a, he's a big upgrade from Vossen. And at the moment we've brought in Stuani, who's a Uruguayan international, probably not as good as Bamford, but we're looking at targets, we're looking at Gale at the moment, we're looking at Hooper, Rhodes. If we can bring in one of them, I can see us getting an automatic place, but if we don't do that, we're just going to finish in the playoffs again, because Stuani and Kike just aren't going to score enough goals for us.
I think last season's Stuani's record in the Liga BBVA it is a completely different league, but he can score goals, and with the right confidence, and with the if Karanka puts his arm round his shoulder and tells him that, if he doesn't score, he still has faith in him, that'll give him more confidence, and it might take him to score some more goals, maybe hit 10, 15 this season.
Yeah,
it might not be enough, but
he got the same as Mandzukic last season in La Liga and Vieto. He got 2 less than Benzema. And
Benzema's playing for probably the second best team in the world, so
yeah.
he is doing really well.
Benzema didn't start all the time, and he had a couple of
Stuani
injuries.
only started 15 games and he scored 12 goals in them.
So I think Stuani will be. It'll be a different culture. Again, I think we mentioned on the main podcast this week that Di Maria didn't fit into the culture in Manchester, and players do struggle. And I think Stuani, coming from a lovely sunny Spain, sunny Espanyol, going to not so good Middlesbrough, he'll find the culture pretty hard to handle. But I think with the Spanish-speaking manager as Karanka is, then that might help him to settle in easier. But
he'll link up with the Spanish players he's already got as well, like Kike.
Yeah, he'll get chances.
Yeah, but in that league, he will have a lot to do, and he can prove himself easily.
Yeah,
because some defences aren't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He needs to. I haven't watched Stuani play much, but I think in the Championship you need to be a quite physical player and not get pushed off the ball too easily. So
he is quite thick and strong.
Well, we are going to have Barnsley on the podcast. Barnsley, who is from Twitch.tv, he is a very, very good streamer. His team is Leeds United. Let's touch on them for a moment, even though he's not here. Mikey, how do you think Leeds will do this season?
I think they can be in the group of sort of dark horses, as you could say, along with teams like Fulham, Bristol City. They've brought in Stuart Dallas, Chris Wood, who are both experienced Championship players now. Chris Wood obviously did very well for Leicester in the season they got promoted. He scored goals in his division before. I think their core squad is decent with Silvestri in goal. They've got Bamber at the back. But
they do.
I think
They also have.
They need a couple more quality players, and then they can. I think they'll finish. Yeah, they need wingers. I think they'll finish top 12, but they need a couple more quality players to get in them top 6 positions.
They also have Alex Mawa and is it Lewis Cook?
Yeah, and Sam Byron as well.
Yeah, they 3 players are fantastic, like English talent, which they can't, like, you can't not watch them and think, oh, they're amazing. Like, Mawa and Lewis Cook bring 2 completely different style of plays to the game, even though they play in the exact same position.
Yeah.
Like, both of them are different players, but they fit so well together. And Byram is just your modern day right back.
Oh no, I think
he's going more right wing now.
Yeah, I think Ove Rosler has said he's going to play right wing, so he's moving up slowly in the pitch.
He's doing a Gareth Bale.
Might be
Just
as
on the
good
other
as
side.
that.
Yeah, Real Madrid in a few years. There you go, Sam Byram. Any other playoff contenders that you guys can think of that we could?
Well, I just want to touch on Leeds again, or some
On you
more.
go.
I think they'll do it. They'll have a really good season. Because the signings they've made is typical Championship. Good players, good proven players. Dowse was terrific with Brentford last season. Sam Byron and Lewis Cook, they're the key players. Chris Wood again, Championship striker, and they're hoping to get Brandon Barker on loan from Manchester City for their wonder kid, who just signed a 5-year deal. If they can get him on loan, then that'll be improving their squad even more. So I do think they could easily challenge for playoffs.
Yeah. Is there any other teams that you guys can think of that could be in and around the playoffs, maybe sniffing, maybe 4 points, 5 points off, come the end of the season?
I think Ipswich could easily get back in the playoffs. I think they finished 5th last season, or 6th. They've got Daryl Murphy, obviously 27 goals in the Championship last season. They just brought in Brett Pittman and Ryan Fraser, who've done it at Bournemouth, won the league last season.
Ryan Fraser's a very good player.
You've got David McGoldrick up front as well. They're all good attacking players. Christoph Berer at the back is a good defender. They've got a good core squad, but I think it's a similar boat to Leeds, and they need a couple more quality players for this division. But Daryl Murphy could easily fight them for promotion this season if he can keep up carry on his form from last.
I think, and they signed Douglas as well from Brentford.
Yeah.
Who is a very, very good player, who last season scored 8 goals in 46 games for Brentford. When Brentford went to the playoffs, Douglas was kind of a main part of the squad, and I think he'll be a main part of Ipswich squad if they're going for promotion, which they should.
Yeah, but Ipswich really needed a goal scorer midfielder because Teddy Bishop, Carl Skews, J Tab, they're not bringing goals to the team. I think Carl Skews has scored 1 goal in his 90-odd Ipswich appearances.
And Luke,
so
is it Luke Haim or Hyam?
Yeah, Luke Haim. He's currently injured. He's very injury prone too, but he's a good player on his day. So I think Jonathan Douglas will bring experience, which they needed to, and just goal scoring. But I think the only issue with Ipswich is that at the moment the strikers, McGoldricks can get injured quite easily. He's very injury prone. Daryl Murphy, is it a one-off? I think it is. I don't think he'll score anywhere near the 27 goals. Freddie Sears, he did well. I think he will be one of the top strikers for Ipswich this season. Pittman's a decent player, but I think they just need to spend money. But again, the Ipswich owners won't let Mick McCarthy spend anyone. So I can't see them getting. I can see them finishing 10th.
Yeah,
getting playoffs.
If they were going to get promoted, I think they had to have done it last year.
Yeah, that was their main chance.
I just think they're not going to replicate that season.
No, I don't think they would, but you never know. I don't think we've fought Bournemouth would win the league last, so.
It just feels like when you go up or down, that's your best chance that first season when you're in the Championship.
Yeah.
That's usually when you finished a good position. And then if you fail that season, you usually end up just
mid-table, a bit like Bolton, really.
Yeah, when Leeds came up, they finished 7th. Bolton came down, they finished 7th. If Bournemouth finished 7th, you could have said they wouldn't have done it again. It's just...
Yeah.
You just have to do it the first time or else it's a struggle.
I think we should focus now on the 3 promoted teams from League One, just talking about how well they will do. And I think let's go straight away to the playoff winners in Preston. They could do something. I think Preston they could do something just because of their strike force and Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford.
Jermaine Beckford's overrated in the Championship. As a Bolton fan, he wasn't very good for us. That's all.
Yeah, but I think under Simon Grayson, and they did so well with
he's great in League One
together with Leeds. I think maybe Simon Grayson knows how to play him. So if in that factor, maybe he will do much better. And Joe Garner is he's been tremendous in League One. I think he will definitely try and make the step up. But Preston, I think if they score a lot of goals, then they should be fine. It's just defence might be a bit leaky. MK Dons, they've signed a fuck ton of players, haven't they?
Yeah, I think MK Dons could do really well this season. I've got them Yeah, I think they're gonna. I don't know. I feel like MK Dons could
I'll be
be
Bournemouth again.
a bit of a surprise. Yeah, I think they could be a lot further up than some people were thinking.
I think MK Dons will go down.
Yeah, I think they've got quite a young squad. A lot of the squad's inexperienced in the Championship as well.
And they lost one of their key players in Dele Alli to Spurs, and that happened in January. But now he's gone permanently. Oh, he's gone definitely to Spurs, hasn't he? So I think they're gonna really struggle.
I just
Yeah.
think there's a load of teams that's like who can finish like mid-table last season. I just think they'll drop. So there's like opportunity for the likes of NK Dons to not get relegated, even if they're not quite poor. I just think it's going to be a lot of poor teams this year.
Yeah, I think like your Huddersfields, your Rotherham, etc. Like them kind of teams. Reading as well. Reading didn't have the best season. They
Right.
teams could just kind of fall down as well. Charlton as well.
Yeah.
They could just kind of fall, and then MK Dons, Preston, Bristol City could prove themselves. What?
In Charlton, dark horses. They still ended the season really well, Charlton. I think they might cause something to happen.
Yeah, they got Alberto Cole, I think. So, and he's banging them in. And Tony Watt from Celtic.
Yeah, Tony Watt's a good player.
Yeah. I think MK Dons and Preston and Bristol City have a really big chance to prove themselves this season because of how kind of poor that bottom half of the Championship is.
Oh, let's go to Bristol City now. When we're on to the matter. Yeah, they absolutely stormed League One, didn't they, last season? So absolutely amazing. They won with JPT2. I think one of the first or maybe second teams to ever win League One, and
Yeah. On the last day of the season, they won 8-2.
yeah, they scored so many goals. I think definitely scored 100 plus goals. Their stroke force was just
Yeah, it was a very, very good season. It was similar to Hearts' season in the Championship.
yeah. Sadly, they lost Jay Manning was almost to QPR, but he wasn't. The thing is, he wasn't getting in the first team for Bristol City. That's how good their strike force.
The defence is really strong as well.
Yeah, they
They
got.
They signed Adam El Abd as well from Brighton. Who,
Yeah, he's a.
he's kind of hot-headed as well. Which
Yeah, they got Aidan Flynn at centre half who scored, I think, 10 plus goals as a centre half. That kind of tells you what Bristol City are about.
yeah.
They scored a lot of goals.
Also,
Good at set pieces too.
Luke Ayling, I think, who
Yeah,
he can play left and right back, and he can play centre back, which is always good if you're struggling with injuries, which some teams always do in the Championship.
but most
It's a
importantly,
long
they play
season.
3 at the back, which is tremendous to watch. 3-5-2. Even in League One, that's tremendous to watch. So
Bolton played through the back for a bit and he went horribly wrong.
Yeah, because you're playing Tim Ream up front.
Yeah. It happens. We played several. So we played Matt Mills up front for a game. That actually went quite well. It was against Liverpool.
Oh yeah, right. Moving on. Let's go on to talk about the relegated sides from the Premier League, and firstly, we'll go with Burnley. We'll go alphabetical order. Mikey, what do you think of Burnley's chances this season, and where do you think they'll finish?
I think they have arguably the weakest squad out of the relegated teams, Burnley. They've signed Lawton from Villa, who's a good right back. George Boyd should be good in this division. I think Tom Heaton's staying, isn't he, in goal?
Yeah, I think Burnley getting relegated last season, which was very unlucky, and Sean Dyche is a very good manager, and he knows how to, bring confidence back into his team. But Burnley, I can't see them getting automatic promotion, but I can see them maybe reaching the playoffs if they bring in 1 or 2 more players. I think Marvin Sordell's going to get he's going to get his chance this season. He didn't really get much game time last season because...
And I got Yellow Vossen from Genk, who was very good last season to get out on loan from to Middlesbrough. So he'll definitely score some goals, and him and Sam Vokes will be an interesting.
Yeah, and then Sordell on the bench to back that up is...
But
to
Djokovic
get some
as well.
pace.
And Burnley still got Jukovic.
Yeah,
He was good for us.
he was really good for Coventry, and then he came to Borough. He was like
He was really good
alright.
in Scotland as well.
Yeah, he was all right for Borough. He wasn't the best, and then he went to Bolton on loan. Obviously, he did well there.
Yeah.
And he didn't score all season in the Premier League for Burnley, but he's played in this division before, and he'll probably get a lot more game time in the Championship, so he could do all right, I guess.
Yeah. Tom,
Yes.
how do you fancy Hull City's chances
Well, I mean,
this season after being relegated on
Yeah,
the
well-
last day?
I think a year ago we were thinking, Hull would do a lot better. No one was really expecting them to be relegated so quickly. About a year ago they were perhaps thinking about how they could do in Europa League, trying to get in the group stage Europa League. But now they're down, and I think they've still got quite a strong squad. Steve Bruce, he knows how to get out of the Championship, and I think they could do. I'm tipping them to do really well this season. Definitely playoff place in the Championship.
I think if they keep their key players as Huddleston, Livermore, if they keep Hernandez as well, they could be big players for them. Especially, I think Dawson and centre back. The big players could help smaller players, like younger players who will be getting their chances this season. They'll help them develop, and I think they will get promoted, but I don't know if they'll. I don't think they'll finish first.
It feels like Hull still have a Premier League squad in a way. It doesn't feel like they've lost too many players to make you feel like they've relegated. Like that squad they've got now, they could play that in the Premier League.
Yeah, they have lost James Chester. Obviously, he went for 8 million to West Brom. So
I think that's West Brom. I think that's West Brom relegated now, but
They've got Tony Pulis, never been relegated.
fair enough. Josh.
Tom missed out a signing from Hull. Brady went to Norwich, didn't he? So he's
Oh,
lost his signing. So,
Chaotic league.
no, I'm just saying that. Just saying a fact. But I think Hull will definitely lose Ndoye and Hernandez before the summer transfer window is out. Ndoye's got to, he's going to Trabzonspor. Reports are saying so. He should be on his way, probably to Turkey right now.
Yeah. QPR. Josh, how do you think they'll do this season?
It'll be a rebuilding season, I think, and they'll be up there. They've made a couple of good coups with Luongo and Gladwin and QPR and J. Emmanuel Thomas coming in. So I think playoffs, maybe like playoffs to like 8th or 9th.
Would you say they have the expectation as they did the last time they came down?
I think
everyone thought they'd come back up straight away.
Yeah, I think it's gone a lot. It's gone down. I think the expectation, because they are yo-yoing quite a lot at the moment. But they've got a solid manager, as Chris Ramsey, and it's good that they're giving him a chance and to gain some size. But again, but again, they keep just changing the squad so much. They can't settle because they're just signing too many players and they're selling so many players. They need to just settle down QPR. They're just I don't know.
They seem very crash and grab. Like they just sign players that are good for like 1 or 2 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, it's like Watford's approach to the Premier League at the moment. Like, oh, he's free. Let's go. Let's get him. Get him for X amount of money. So, but I think they will lose Charlie Austin. Soon to Newcastle. And that Leroy Fair is off to probably Sunderland, I think I heard last. So they'll lose those two.
He'll be getting relegated again then.
They could lose Matt Phillips as well to the Premier League.
Matt Phillips, he was terrific in that second half of the season. I remember that goal against Crystal Palace. That was an absolute storm. 40 yards out, boom, top bins, take it. They still lost that game 3-1, but that was definitely one of the goals of the season.
But I mean, they just losing those players is such a disappointment, But as you said, they have the players, They seem to go down and then they just sell them on.
I think they'd replaced Charlie Austin if they sold him.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think they'll still do alright, but I can't see them going back up this season with the losses that they're kind of in the transfer window.
Because 15 million, if they get something like 50 million for Charlie Austin, they could go for anyone really.
Yeah, but they've got financial fair play to worry about, I think, this season as well.
They had that 50 million debt thing last time and nothing even happened, so I don't know how it affects them really. If they can spend money.
So to kind of end this championship preview, we're going to have a few questions. I'll ask everyone a few questions just to summarise what their predictions are. So, who will win the Sky Bet Championship 2015/16? Michael?
Don't want to sound controversial, but I'm going to say Ipswich.
Tom?
I think Derby is another one that, you know, is people would doubt, but I think Derby could win it.
Rory?
Hull. I just think they just come straight back up. I just think they will. They're just going to do what Newcastle kind of did. Just dominate.
Sorry. And I've gone for Derby too, so I agree with Tom on that. Let's go runners up, just to go chronological order. Runners up. Michael.
Borough.
Tom.
Yeah, I think Middlesbrough as well.
Rory.
Yeah, I've got Middlesbrough.
I've got Hull. Because I think they've got the side and to really push Derby. Let's go playoffs. Who will get the Sky Bet playoffs? Sky Bet Championship playoffs. Michael again.
Nottingham Forest will win the playoffs. Do I have to say all of them?
Yeah.
Alright, well, Nottingham Forest, Derby, Hull, and QPR.
Tom.
I think Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Hull, and Brentford.
Rory.
I think QPR will probably end up way in there. If Forest get in, I'll give you 20 quid because Dougie Freeman's awful. So I'll do QPR, Ipswich, Burnley, and let's go Wolves. Yeah, Wolves.
And I've gone for, in my playoffs, I've gone for Middlesbrough, Wolves, Leeds, and QPR.
So
Who do you think will win it?
Who do you think? I don't know. I won't say that now. I don't want to say Borough because they kind of bottled it last season, but let's go to dark horses. Michael?
Fulham.
Tom?
Well, I mentioned I think MK Dons are going to do really well this season. So I think they're little dark horses.
Also, Tom. Right.
I would say Bristol, but it's like they're not really dark horses. They've scored so many goals, you expect them to do well. So I'd probably say, I don't know. I'd say Bristol then, or maybe Wolves. But then are they really dark horses as well? There's no many dark horses in the league.
I've gone for Bolton. I don't know. I think Bolton will have a good season.
If we got Lafondra, I would have agreed, but I don't know now.
But Neil Lennon could do wonders. Hope so. Now we're on to our final piece. Oh no, not final. The second last, penultimate. There you go. Relegation. Who do you think will go down?
Going down. I think Rotherham, MK Dons, and Reading.
Ooh, Reading. That's a big name. Tom.
I think Bolton, Charlton, and Rotherham.
Roy.
Preston, MK Dons, and yeah, I'd say Reading. I just don't think Reading will do anything.
I'm glad we're agreeing on Rotherham and Dons. mostly, and I think the third team will go down. I think Huddersfield will struggle, but Huddersfield will try, and it will be one of those two.
I feel like everyone will just do what Barnsley did for about 5 years and just somehow stay up for longer than 1 year.
Final question for you guys is: who do you think will be the top goal scorer?
I'm going to go with Ross McCormick.
It's a good shout. Maybe someone from Wolves, like a Phobie. Maybe.
I don't know. I think. I mean, you said earlier on that you don't think Dale Murphy can do as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he could do. I still think he's going to score quite a few goals, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to go Dale Murphy again.
I've gone for Benik Afobe.
You gotta mention
I think
Jordan
Andre
Rhodes.
Gray will have a good season too.
You gotta mention Jordan Rhodes, wherever he is. If he's still in the Championship. No, he scores goals.
Score goals.
I think he was equal second top scorer.
In a Blackburn team as well.
Yeah. But we'll have to see.
Alright, and that concludes our Sky Bet Championship preview. We will be streaming the first game, or not the streaming like third game. We go streaming like when the game is on, because that'd be illegal if we streamed the game. But we will be streaming on Friday night at 7:45 the first game of the Football League season, or the FL72 of Sky Sports call it. It is not. It's Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. It is at the Amex Stadium, and I really can't wait. I think the Championship season. The Championship's always brilliant, and I'm sure it will be. It'll be brilliant again, won't it?
Yeah.
So to end this, it's a bye from Michael.
Bye.
It's a bye from Tom.
Goodbye.
It's a bye from Rory.
Goodbye.
And it's a bye from me. Colm is buggered off, so I'll say a bye from Colm. Bye! No, that's a really bad accent, don't put that in.